Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 13, and we're currently over here in the middle of Hermit Hills, ready to start recording another video. Now, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you guys will know that I have had a mental, manic, hectic week. It has been a crazy one for me. There's been loads of good stuff happening, but also quite a lot of bad stuff, I suppose you could say, and I thought I'd take a few minutes right at the beginning of this episode just to run it through with you. So first off, Benji went a little bit viral. Benji is my new kitten. I took a picture of him lounging about inside my chair, and I posted it to Reddit. Turns out the Reddit really quite liked that photo. It got around about 5,000 upvotes, and since then it has ventured off of Reddit onto 9gag, Facebook, Twitter, and all those sorts of websites. So Benji is being posted around the internet, all over the place. Loads of people are seeing him. I keep getting texts from my relatives and things saying, "Hey, I've just seen a picture of your really ugly chair, and you're also quite cute kitten. Is it yours?" And I keep having to be like, yes, it is. What website are you using again? How did it manage to make it onto there? But I suppose it really is quite cool. I wasn't expecting it, so that's one thing that happened on the weekend. The next thing that happened is that my birthday was on Monday, and on that day, I was going to be doing a birthday live stream, but sadly, my internet broke. Oh boy, did it break. Oh, my internet crashed out completely. It crashed out for around about 3 days. I got a little bit angry at Virgin Media on my Twitter, which I am a bit sorry for, because it turns out it was a faulty connection on the inside of my router, and they just had to swap it out, and then everything was fixed. So now that is all good, I have my internet back, and hopefully nothing should be particularly disrupted. Now, on top of all of this, I've had a bit of a crisis, because I did have a plan for the base that I wanted to do on Hermitcraft, but over the weekend I was thinking about it, and I decided that I didn't like it quite as much as I thought I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a straw poll down in the description so you can head down there and vote on what type of base you want me to build. I think the suggestions are going to be things like air base, for example my hot air balloon, zeppelins, that sort of thing. There's going to be underground base, so a bit like the Redstone laboratory that I built in the Redstone Let's Build series, and also regular base like a town base, a mountain base, that sort of thing. So please do give your input, because I would love to hear what your opinions are on what you want me to build on the Hermitcraft server. So that is most of the talking over. Those are pretty much all of the things that I wanted to announce. Now I've got to show you guys something. For those of you who missed my last Wednesday live stream, so a week ago on Wednesday, I did a few bits and pieces on the server that I think you're going to like. So first off, we need to grab ourselves a redstone torch. We'll activate our redstone torch key to get down into the secret redstone laboratory. So we'll just hop down here, and as you can see, we have got ourselves a zombie. He wasn't meant to be down here, but more importantly, we have got ourselves a new little area down here. We have got a chest where all of the requests are going to be going down into. So what happens is that a hermit places the request up in the chest up there. It will travel all the way along here, then it will go down a water stream that takes it right the way round, all the way back here, and into this chest down at the bottom, so you can pick it up from our secret redstone laboratory, because this place is awesome, and I want to use this as much as possible, and that seemed like a pretty good way to do it. But on top of that, we actually have a little redstone lamp out the front, because obviously that's quite a long-winded way to get down to our request chest. So if we head out here, you can see we actually have a redstone lamp that is hooked up to the chest that will turn on if there are any requests in there, which I thought was pretty cool, and we did that in the live stream on the Wednesday, which a lot of you enjoyed, and I loved that live stream. That was a lot of fun. That was one of my favourite live streams I've ever done, I think. Next up on the long list of things that need to be done, I just received a message on Skype from Tango Tech, who says that he has done a little bit of a prank on the presents that I put on the outside of my Mumbo Jumbo balloon. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, it was my birthday on Monday, and on Sunday's Hermitcraft, I decided to celebrate things a little bit by building a birthday crown and placing down some presents. And I think in that episode, I said, I wonder what is going to be inside the presents. So how about we take a look? I believe, let's guess. Right, okay, well straight away, that doesn't look like something that I did earlier on. Let's just head down here. Wow, he really has gone to town. This seems crazy. He's given us some birthday cake. Delicious birthday cake below. The cake is not a lie. Right, well, I'm starting to wonder, is he going to kill me? Because, you know, I've got my 0 deaths. I might have to sort of shuffle my way around here, because I certainly don't want to die. I only have 0 deaths on the server. I haven't died yet. So let's give this a go. We'll flick the lever. That doesn't look so bad. Oh. Do I go down there? Should I jump down there? I don't think I should jump down there. Was he trying to catch me out there? I think he was trying to catch me out. So I've now tunneled my way down to the bottom, and I've noticed that there's a little bit of redstone going on down here. So this is odd, okay? Because originally I thought that it was just Tango just trying to catch me out. But now I'm starting to feel a little bit bad, because I feel like maybe, just maybe, he was making it look like he was trying to catch me out when really he actually was being nice. So we'll have to wait and see. The thing is that me and Tango are the only ones on the server that still have 0 deaths. And we always joke around that we're going to kill one another, and that would have been the best way to do it, right? Just drop me straight into lava, kill me straight away. He doesn't even need to be on the server. There's no risk of him dying. So I fully thought that he was going to try and kill me here. But let's try and walk around, navigate around the redstone, and see if there is anything going on. Let's pop down here. Right, okay. Oh, it looks like this is a little chamber that we would have fallen down into. And, oh boy, yeah, there's cakes everywhere. Tango was being nice. He wasn't trying to kill us at all. He was trying to be nice. He was wishing me happy birthday. He says, just kidding. Happy birthday, Mumbo, from Tango. I apologise that I didn't use your redstone system. I'm almost tempted to actually give it a go in a couple of seconds. I'll hop back up there and I'll give it a full go right now. But as you can see, we have got a lot of cake. We've got some glowstone as well, which is a positive thing because I can't get glowstone. And also, we got some boats and hoes and wither skulls. Oh boy! Thank you ever so much. That is seriously awesome, because those are something that I really do need. So I guess we can actually do a wither fight in today's episode. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not very good at that sort of thing, and I might need to gather up some hermits so that we can do it together. But that is a huge amount of resources. A big thank you to Tango Deck for that little prank there. Would you even call it a prank? I'd say that's a present. But let's head up to the top and let's give the redstone mechanism a go. Hopefully it works second time around, because otherwise that could be quite awkward. So let's just pretend that we haven't done this before. My health is now fully regenerated. We are standing here and we will flick this lever right now. Did you enjoy having 0 deaths? Oh, I'm standing on a block. Right, there we go. And we fall down. And we died. What? We died! I must have done it wrong. I was standing on the block. No! I've ruined my 0 deaths. Because I wanted to demonstrate something working. That is so disappointing. Oh, it's so good that I put away all of my stuff. I wouldn't have been able to handle leaving all of my diamond armor and things on. We have lost 60 levels though. I can't believe, I mean, that's not Tango's fault. That's entirely my fault. I used his machine wrong. I got stuck on a block, then fell down. But still, oh, Tango, you are cruising for a bruising, my friend. Well, if it was going to happen in any episode, it would happen in episode 13. I can't believe we died trying to demonstrate something that wasn't meant to kill me. The whole point of that design was it was meant to look like it was going to kill me, but then it didn't. I must have missed that memo. I must have missed that announcement because we done dead. We died. I can't believe it. I mean, Tango, you best be watching your back, my friend, alright? Because you have just trapped someone who has a large number of videos on how to do various different traps. I would suggest treading lightly if I were you. But anyway, that is enough of that. I'm going to stop moaning about my 1 death. I mean, it's still not particularly bad, is it? 1 death in around about 6 weeks. I'd say it's pretty good going for me. But yeah, we're going to stop talking about that right now, and we're going to crack on with what I had planned for today's episode. Oh, I'm so frustrated. Either I have been pranked again in a very, very strange manner, or all of my item frames keep disappearing. Now, I've heard a few things from some of the various hermits that entities disappearing seems to be a bug in Minecraft 1.8.1, and clearly, it is a bit of a bug, because right now I have no idea what chest does what. As you can see, all of the item frames are gone there, half of the item frames are gone here, a lot of the item frames gone there, and a few on this side as well. So yeah, that's not so good either. If you've got a big storage system, watch out, because I can imagine that would be really frustrating. Because having no internet has really reduced the amount of time that I've had to record this episode, we are only going to be doing a small project today, and that is building a little player launcher up at the top of the hot air balloon to launch us off into the distance. Now I'm just going to check that there's no land down here or anything that we can hit, because I don't want to multiply the number of deaths that I've had. So this should be okay. We should be good to go to create the player launcher up at the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little question and answer session. Now I tweeted out that I was going to be doing this, and a lot of you have asked some really great questions that I'm pretty excited to answer. So we will do all of that once all of this is done. So I just hopped into my redstone testing world to give this a bit of a go, see how simple I can make the design, and the answer to that is extremely simple. It only uses 3 blocks and 2 redstone torches. As you can see here, when we stand on the slime block and hit this button, we get launched upwards and outwards. Now, there is one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, and that is the fact that it doesn't seem to launch me as far as I first thought it would. I hope that we can exit the edge of the balloon, but I'm not 100% certain. It'll be a real shame if we can't manage to make it out, but we'll have to give it a go on the Hermitcraft server. I've had to do a few little modifications to the design because the one that I originally built isn't actually working, and that is because the player takes damage whenever they use it, and that means that they lose all momentum, which means that they aren't launched anywhere. So I've had to add in a repeater down at the bottom with a redstone torch tower up to the piston, which should mean that the slime block is front of the head instead of the feet, which means I shouldn't take any damage. But here's the thing. I've tested this in my single player world, it works fine. I've tested it all the different designs in my single player world, and it works absolutely fine. But right now, it seems that the lag on Hermitcraft means that occasionally this doesn't work, occasionally I don't make it, occasionally I do make it, and I don't really know what to say. It drives me round the bend having to deal with redstone on the Hermitcraft server, because as you can see, look, it worked perfectly then. We managed to escape the hot air balloon, and it was amazing. It's so much fun when it works perfectly, but I just cannot deal with the inconsistency of using redstone and things like that on servers. It's driving me around the bend. I don't know what to do, because it means that I can't do the fun redstone projects that I really want to do on the server, because it's just so inconsistent. There's no way that I can deal with that. That only uses 2 slime blocks, it's 1 player launcher, and already we are having problems with it, which is really very annoying. Alright, so that little project is now completely finished. It didn't take very long at all. Of course, I did have to do a bit of experimentation, but apart from that, that is all done. And sadly, that is all of the redstone stuff that I had planned for today's episode. That was everything that I wanted to do in terms of projects and things. I do really apologise that I've had such a massive disruption this week. Obviously, there wasn't anything I could do about it. And to be quite frankly honest, I guess you could say you're quite lucky that we actually got a Hermitcraft episode this week, because I wasn't expecting to be able to get it done. But that is all of the redstone done. Now it is time for the question and answer session. Like I say, I've got a bunch of questions that those of you on Twitter asked me, and if you're not following me on Twitter, my Twitter is @thatmumbojumbo. It really is a great place to get updates on various things that are happening. For example, my internet going out, that probably would have been a good place to hear about that, but also things about the channel and other bits and pieces that are going on in my life, as well as plenty of photos of Benji, my new kitten, and Instagram is pretty good for all of those. I'm just going to do a little plug for all of my social networks right now. I hope you don't mind. So if you wouldn't mind checking out those, links to those will be down in the description. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crack on with the question and answer session. On the screen will be some footage of me doing something, for example, mining, or maybe clearing out an area. I haven't quite decided just yet. But yeah, it is going to be good fun. I'm quite excited to do it because it's been a while since I've done one of these. So I'm going to crack on with that, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So one thing that I want to say before we begin is that I don't really have that many questions, and that is because I want to go into detail with all of the answers that I give. I don't want to skip between all of the answers and things, because if I give loads of questions and loads of answers but don't give much detail, it might not be particularly interesting. But anyway, that's enough of that. How about we crack on with these questions? The first one is, what digital SLR do you use? Now this, of course, is related to cameras and things. I currently use the Canon 600D digital SLR, which I've found to be very good. I bought it around about 2 years ago when the range was absolutely brand new, and I'm very, very happy with the purchase. I bought it as a little starter pack. I believe it came with a lens and then a few other accessories. All of them were very cheap. All of them were very basic, but it was a really good starting point, and it got me right into digital SLRs. And I do believe that you can pick up a pretty good deal now in terms of the Canon 600D, because obviously it's been out for around about 2 years. You could probably pick up a pre-owned one that is in perfectly good condition for a very good price. Now, as you know, recently I have purchased a brand new camera lens. I bought the Sigma 18-35mm f1.8 lens, and so far that has been one of the best things I've ever bought in terms of cameras and photography. But then again, I suppose it is the most expensive thing that I've ever bought in terms of cameras and photography, so those two go hand in hand. Now the next question is, what is your dream car? Now this obviously caught my eye because I absolutely love cars. It's one of my passions, And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at it from two different angles. We have got the infinite money, the bottomless bank account angle, and then we have the slightly realistic dream car. Now, as far as infinite money is concerned, I do believe I would buy a Koenigsegg 1.1. With just under 1,400 brake horsepower and just under 1,400 kilograms, it's got a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio, which means it will accelerate like a beast, it will corner extremely well, and it will just be one of the most nutty cars on the market, and I don't think I could pass up that opportunity. I think that would be absolutely incredible, and that is definitely my dream car currently. In fact, anything from the Koenigsegg range, and also anything from the Pagani range. I really like Paganis, especially the Huayra, definitely one of my all-time favourites. So if I did have a bottomless bank account, I would be heading over to those dealerships right now and picking up my purchases. Now, in terms of realistic dream cars, the E92 M3 is absolutely lovely. The BMW F20 M4 that has just been released looks incredibly mean, especially in black. And if we're really going to push the boat out a little bit, maybe things like Nissan GTRs, although I'm not the biggest fan of the look of the GTR, you can't argue with the performance. The Porsche Turbo as well that's just come out, the GT2 RS, which is an absolute beast by Porsche once again, and the Ferrari F12, as well as the 458 Speciale. I mean, there's so many good cars, I can't list them all, I wouldn't be able to choose. I can tell that's what I'm going to be dreaming about tonight, all of the crazy cars that I'm probably never ever going to buy, which really is a little bit upsetting when you think about it like that. So let's move on to the next question, and that is, how long did it take to get started on YouTube? Now, what I believe they mean by this is, how long did it take for the ball to start rolling, the channel to start gathering motion, and for subscribers to start coming in? And I have to say, because I had previous YouTube channels and things, I sort of knew what I was doing straight away. So I made my first videos, I made sure that the editing was good, and I made sure that I concentrated on how good the video was, and if I would personally watch it myself, and I worked really hard on making my videos top notch, the best quality they could possibly be, and that meant that I hit 100 subscribers within around about 3 months. Now, I do believe it took around about 11 months for me to hit 1,000 subscribers, and after about 15 months, I think I hit 10,000 subscribers, which was actually quite a big deal. Now, I've been on this YouTube channel for around about 2.5 years, and of course, I'm on 450,000 subscribers, so as I'm sure you can tell, it's been a bit of an exponential growth. Next up, are you proud to be British? Now, this is a bit of an odd one for me. I don't really know how I'm going to answer it. To put it quite simply, I don't walk out my house waving the Union flag about, but I am proud to be a Brit. I mean, I don't drink that much tea, I don't say scones, and I don't eat crumpets. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I did eat a crumpet. But I am proud of my nationality, I am proud of being born in England, and despite the fact that England gets quite a lot of stick from all of the other nations, I would say it's a very pleasant place to be. Everyone seems fairly friendly unless you go near London, in which case they're all very moody. Apart from the weather though, I would say that England is actually very nice, and I would highly suggest coming over here because it really is quite a good place to be. Will you ever do a Draw My Life? Now, this is something that I have considered doing in the past, and I've actually attempted it once before, but then I was quickly reminded why I'd never done a Draw My Life, and that is because I cannot draw at all. It was more like a scribble my life. It was awful. And on top of all of that, I can't really think of many things that I've done in my life so far that I would say require a drawing, if you get what I mean. My Draw My Life would pretty much be school, YouTube, little bit of college on the side, and that's pretty much it. So I'm sort of working on things that could go towards a Draw My Life, but I don't know if I'll ever do one because I can't draw it. How do you make your videos look so good? Now, this is a really nice question, partly because it implies that my videos are good, which makes me feel pretty good because I do put a lot of time and effort into it. In terms of the audio quality, I've actually got a video going up in the next couple of days on the second channel on how to achieve good audio quality, so if you do want to hear stuff about that, then a link to that will be down in the description at some point. But also, in terms of the video editing things, it is basically teaching myself and experimenting with various different designs and how I want things to look, and a lot of perseverance, and a lot of frustration, and a lot of hard work. That's pretty much all it takes. If you put a lot of hard work in, and it's honest hard work, then you're going to do a pretty good job, and I'm sure at some point you will end up with a decent looking video. Now, the final question that I have for today's question and answer session is, are you going to do any videos with Benji, who is my new cat? Now, the chances are I will be doing videos with him. Yes, I will end up uploading some cat videos, but sadly they won't be going up on the main channel. They will probably also end up going on the second channel. So once again, a link to that will be down in the description. You can look forward to those coming in the future. But if you do want to see more from Benji, of course, my Twitter and Instagram are completely full to the brim with him at the minute, so you could check those out if you want to. So there we have it, ladies and gents. That is the end of episode 13 of Hermitcraft. The most unlucky episode of Hermitcraft I think I've ever recorded. We almost didn't get on here, okay? My internet was completely crashed out. We almost weren't able to record episode 13. And then when we did, we died. We got straight back onto Hermitcraft and we died immediately. No one. I don't want to see anyone in the comment section slating Tango Tech for that, because I know for a fact, I spoke to him on Skype, that he put a lot of effort into that machine to make it so that it wouldn't kill me, but because of the way that I was doing things and I broke some of the redstone, it basically meant that it didn't work. So I caused my own death using Tango Tech's little build as a sort of median for that. So please, no one give hate to Tango, because he's a lovely chap and it was all meant to be a bit of fun and I messed it up quite badly. If you're going to get mad at anyone, please do get mad at me. I deserve it. I deserve to be got angry at because I didn't do a particularly good job at showcasing his awesome redstone creation. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.